Hello, I'm Aerin Johnson, and welcome to TMN Television on Thursday, April 18th. Tonight, we look at the results of the recent student government election. We also look at recent news from the City Council. And don't forget to tune in for our Truman Sports Update and Questions on the Quad. These stories and more tonight on TMN Television. You don't want to miss this. Student government held elections this week. This semester's elections determined both president and vice president, 12 voting senator positions, and 3 senior senator positions. 2018 through 2019 student government vice president, Deanna Schmidt, and 2018 through 2019 student government academic affairs chair, Katie Alexander, were elected president and vice president. Multiple funds allotment positions were also on the ballot as well. Most of the positions were uncontested, including president and vice president. There were also 2 proposed changes to the collegiate readership program and a number of student government constitutional changes. Schmidt and Alexander's campaign had 4 pillars: communication, health and wellness, academic excellence, and community building. Some of their ideas included producing a 5 to 10 minute podcast on their projects and issues on campus, as well as putting on another TEDx conference. Their campaign differed from previous presidential campaigns in that they had no intentions of increasing parking for students. Instead, they hoped to keep the previous fair apartment space as a green space. All proposed ballot measures passed and all uncontested senators were elected. After being appointed to Kirksville City Council in August and retaining his seat in the April 2nd municipal election, Zac Burden was chosen to serve as mayor April 8th. Burden has served as Missouri Hall Residence Director for 17 years. After being sworn in, council members unanimously elected him mayor. Councilmember Philip Biston nominated Burden for the position and was seconded by former mayor Chuck Long. Biston says Burden was qualified for the council when the council first appointed him, and his dedication to Kirksville made him a good choice. Burden said he is excited to work with the new council to further community discussion, complete ongoing projects, and start new ones. Kirksville City Council members passed a zoning code expanding upon the Missouri Amendment 2, which legalized medical marijuana in Missouri. The zoning code allows for 4 different types of medical marijuana facilities: dispensaries, cultivation facilities, manufacturing facilities, and testing facilities. According to the zoning code, there are no particular places where dispensaries can and cannot be. However, in accordance with city zoning law, any cultivation, manufacturing, or testing facility has to have a 300-foot buffer from any school or place of worship, which is similar to local liquor laws. Any use of the words marijuana, cannabis, or other words and symbols commonly understood to refer to marijuana use must be preceded by the word medical. 3 Truman professors received awards at the annual Academic Accolade Banquet. Economics professor David Gillette was named Educator of the Year, English professor Priscilla Riggle was named the Faculty Mental Health Honoree of the Year, and economics professor Justin Jarvis was named Research Mentor of the Year. All professors were carefully selected for these awards by a committee that observed the classroom proceedings of these professors and some other finalists. AM Housing, an advocacy group for housing insecurity in Northeast Missouri, hosted a poverty luncheon event to give community members a greater perspective on how poverty is experienced around the world. After paying $5, each person in attendance was divided into a class category, then seated and given a meal corresponding to what class they were assigned. The goal of the event was to demonstrate that a majority of the world lives in very poor conditions and that your social class is often hard to change. AM Housing is using the proceeds from the poverty luncheon to build a homeless shelter in Kirksville.
Yeah, this is especially personal for me because in high school I had a house fire and lost my home and all of my things and had to leave school for a little bit and live in a car in a field for a little bit. So I understand the personal struggle and not only me, just other people I've known that have gone through something like this, and I want to know that I'm doing something that can do a little bit of good.
The Women's Resource Center brought a St. Louis-based racial justice and activist group, West County Community Action Network, to lead a seminar and panel discussion about the importance and historical significance of protesting. The workshop also included an interactive discussion about the connotations of protesting, as well as how protesting can be used as a tool for change, especially for marginalized groups. Discussion on how best to protest and different tips for protesting safety were also touched down upon.
I think the overall goal is to make people more aware of the power that they have and the power that they can use through protesting, and that to dispel any myths about protesting and any misconceptions. And I think that happened today based on the responses that we received. It looked like that may have happened today.
After a quick break, stay tuned for our Truman weather forecast with Rachel and Gabby.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Breaking news, it's Rachel
And Gabby.
and we're here with today's weather.
Get excited because Friday there are going to be clear skies and sunshine with a high of 62.
And if you're staying in K Vegas, Saturday will be even nicer with a high of 70 degrees.
You may think 70 is nice, but guess what? Sunday will be cloudy with a high of 77 degrees. Can we get a yeehaw for springtime?
Monday, dress for wetness. There is a 50% chance precipitation will be doing its thing. Regardless, there will be a high of 63 degrees.
Tuesday, it might rain. There's a 40% chance, so plan accordingly.
Potentially more rain Wednesday with a 40% chance. April showers, am I right?
Thursday, the April showers will hopefully be over with highs of 72 degrees.
Dear everyone,
Please get outside and enjoy the sunshine.
and remember, C's get degrees.
And there are only 21 days left until we are free.
Stay woke, fam. Goodbye.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
The Truman tennis teams concluded their season with a pair of conference losses to Drury University on Friday afternoon. The matches were originally scheduled for Kirksville, but moved to Springfield due to weather concerns. The Lady Panthers secured the doubles point with wins of 6-2 and 6-1, while Kayla Peterson and Vanessa Russell battled to a 7-5 loss at number 3. The 6 singles were decided by straight sets in favor of Drury. The men fell in the 3 doubles matches by scores of 6-3, 6-0, and 6-1 to fall behind 1-0. Drury claimed all 6 singles matches for the 7-0 win. Senior center fielder Krista Reisinger was named Louisville Slugger and National Fast Pitch Coaches Association Division II Player of the Week for the first time in her career. She is the GLVC's first honoree since 2017. Right now, among the GLVC's statistical leaders, Reisinger is first in batting average, first in slugging percentage, first in on-base percentage, first in runs scored, first in hits, first in stolen bases, tied for first in home runs, and tied for second in triples. For the week of April 9th, Truman went 6-0 to improve its winning streak to 9 games. The Bulldog men placed 3 atop the stand, with Elijah Ferralis winning the 400 and running the anchor leg of the 4x400 relay squad. That group, which includes Eddie Barrett, Mitch Henderson, and Kyle Cabernet, posted their second fastest time of the season at 3 minutes 21.26 seconds, 2 seconds behind their top time set last week, which is also the fastest to date in the GLVC. Mike Grassing won the 5,000 meter run, and Carson Rohan and Quinn Miller went first and third in the steeple. Nathan Bufka was second in the javelin. Brandon Hackemak was an inch short of taking the triple and had to settle for the silver. Brandon Schaff was third in the 1500, and as was Henderson in the 800. The next competition for the Bulldogs will be next weekend at the Kansas Relays. This has been your Truman Sports Update. Be sure to stay tuned after the break.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Reporter Gabby Tweehouse has been going behind the scenes of TMN television and talking with members of our staff about themselves and TMN. Here's her first piece on our assistant producer, Bria Purnell.
My name, I know, give me a second. My name is Bria Purnell. I'm a junior and I'm a communication major. Fall of 2016. I wanted to do radio and only radio originally, and then I went to the I went to the TMN meeting because I found them at, I think it was an activities fair, I'm pretty sure, and I was like, oh dope, this is where I do radio. And then I came and I went to the meeting and I was like, I told them, I was like, yeah, I really just want to do radio, you know, that's all I want to do. And then like I kept going to the meetings, and then eventually I signed a contract, and the contract had said media or print. And I knew I didn't want to do print, so I was like, maybe radio is media, but I remember not seeing anybody else there that like was like me and said, I just want to do radio. And then they're just like, all right, so I guess you're working with the TV station. I'm like, oh. But then I kind of was just like, I mean, that's fine, because I also kind of did want to do TV anyway. My favorite show position is tech director, just because you have the most power and like, I don't know, it's fun to press the buttons. It's also not that hard once you get the hang of it, so I like it. Like, this isn't something that you would like learn in a classroom per se. Like, you might like learn the basics of how to, I don't even know, like, I'm trying to think, because like in every class I've been in, I guess what we really learn about is journalistic content, so how to like film on a camera, how to do stuff like that, and you don't necessarily learn how to put on a live show or like the specific things you have to know to like be a TV reporter, like how to anchor, that type of stuff. Most of us as comm majors want to work in media and want to do stuff like that, so I know like the best benefit is probably just having that those transferable skills to be able to apply to any sort of job, and then it's also really good to market yourself with. Oh, I told you I want to do a gossip column, and it's Truman gossip, and I want it to be very similar to the Eric Andre show, but not as insane. And so we're basically just saying like we have people on, okay? And we sit and we talk to them, and we just say, I heard this about you. And then they're just like, well, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. And then some crazy stuff happens, and like bears running in the studio, but it's just like the whole thing. I'm just spouting all this fake gossip heard about this person. Like, I can make up anything. It doesn't matter. And we just sit there and we talk about it. And I think that would be the best thing on earth. I mean, I do wish more people knew about us. And I wish that more people came in and did TV shows. We're doing really well now that we have a staff, but it's still news content, and I kind of wish we had more interesting things. I mean, because I like the news content. We need the news content. People need to know what's going on campus. But I just think it would be better to have a nice balance. Yeah, I do SAB, you know that. my reason for existing. And I do TMN TV, and I'm a part of the Association of Black Collegians, and we have a couple of events coming up, and I do, what else do? I do Comm Club, but we haven't really been doing anything lately, so yeah, Communication Club, please join. Don't let it control your life, but also don't quit on us. Because when I was a freshman, I got that same advice from a lot of older seniors, and they kind of let TMN control their life to the point where they didn't like it anymore, so they all just quit on us, and then that made my job harder and made Aaron's job even harder. But don't quit, because this is a really good opportunity. Just don't be a because like that was the worst thing that could have happened to us. It made me hate TMN TV, and I wanted to quit so bad, but I literally could not, because then Aerin would be by herself and then the TV station would crumble. If you have an issue, talk to us and we will help you resolve it. That is it. Do not quit, but also don't let it control your life, because then you will want to quit, and that's not okay. Yeah, I guess I'm really just looking forward to more diverse content. That was something I talked about in my interview, and I just kind of want to make sure we get that going.
I think it would be fun to do puns on the quad, and it's like you're like brightening someone's day and with like a cheesy joke, or making them really annoyed.
Last week during TMN's fundraising week, reporters Rachel Whitehouse and Gabby Tweehouse hung out on the quad to talk with students. Here's our latest questions on the quad.
Is it on?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Does it say record? Okay. Hello.
Okay. Hello, I'm Rachel Whitehouse, and this is Questions on the Quad.
Yeah. Whip.
Yeah. Hey, can we ask you a few questions?
I'm Devin. I'm a freshman.
I'm Jacob. I'm a junior.
My name is Nana, and I'm a senior.
My name is Evan, and I'm a junior.
Dominique, junior.
I'm Madison. I'm a senior.
This weather is beautiful. I love the opportunity to just be outside with friends and like not have to stick in my room, you know. It's really awesome.
The wind in my hair.
Well, I love any weather once it reaches 70 degrees. That's my minimum acceptable temperature.
Well, it's sunny and I can ride my skateboard, so.
I can actually go outside without a coat on.
Nice.
Honestly, I prefer the frozen wastes of Kirksville.
It's a little windy, so you know, going downhill, it's kind of rough.
I can't think of anything.
The sun's out too much.
It's a pretty windy day. The past couple days have been really good. I think this wind's kind of rough though.
This wind in my hair.
Well, today the wind is pretty brutal.
I mean, a couple millions, but you know, we're out here.
500,000.
I cannot attribute that to a number.
I'm about 100, so not too bad.
1.5 million.
9,999.
Sleep.
Go to the weight room and lift.
I like to go to the rec a lot. Exercise is good. Just being outside in this weather, spending time with friends when you can, I think helps a lot.
Take a nap.
You know, eat, work out, skateboard, and sleep.
When I get stressed out, I like to do yoga. I like to sit outside if the weather permits. And I pet my cats and my snake, and my roommate's dog.
Koala bears have chlamydia.
Yeah, yesterday I was walking and I'm pretty sure everyone around me thought I was really crazy, but there's a squirrel and it was digging and like hiding an acorn. I was like, oh, hey baby, I saw that. I saw you put that in there. And it was like, what? And like ran away.
Man, they cross you up whenever you're skateboarding. They come out of nowhere. It's wild, but yeah.
I really don't think there's anything unique about squirrels on Truman's campus. Like, I feel like every college student thinks that the squirrels on their campus are unique, and they're not.
I would say that college squirrels are all unique in the same way that college students are all unique. Fat, a little less scared than they should be, and generally desperate for motivation.
I've heard a lot of crazy stories. I know people like to feed them, and I've heard they fall out of trees and like land on people. It's pretty crazy.
Every once in a while, they're like on the side of the like sidewalk, and I literally think they're gonna like run in and attack me, but they don't. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah! But I hope you've enjoyed our questions in the sub on the quad. Hey. Yeah. Okay, bye. Hi.
Thank you for tuning in with us tonight. For complete news coverage, be sure to stay tuned to KTRM, pick up a copy of the Index, and look at Detours Magazine's latest adventure online. Don't forget to also check out our news content on tmn.truman.edu. You can also follow TMN on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for breaking news updates. And if you missed part of our broadcast tonight, check out TMN TV on YouTube. If you've ever thought about being on TV, be sure to head on over to tmn.truman.edu/apply to fill out an application today. From all of us here at TMN, thank you for tuning in and have a great rest of the week.